What is going on, guys? We're back with another video on Madden 18, and of course, the trading has been fixed, so we are going to be rebuilding the Falcons fantasy cell. I know they probably don't need it, but I'm going to try to do every team this year, and we're going to get these going. Of course, the Falcons a great roster. Probably not too hard to rebuild them. We'll see how many Super Bowls we can get in 3 years, though. Pretty much have to land one, obviously. And this is a voiceover for the next, 30 seconds-ish, so it's nothing too big. Obviously, going to get some big-ticket trades. Finally, we don't have to take ages to make trades happen. So, see if we can get some top-tier players that we pretty much let go in the other rebuilds. Obviously, it wouldn't be a rebuild without Cooper. Gotta go for him. And we're going to go with a huge name here, Ramsey. So, I don't know if this is going to make it in the video or not, but I don't actually have, a full set agreement for what we want to do for the fantasy draft franchise. A lot of people were, saying we should do, the draft we had for that fantasy how to draft updated video. Should we use that as a full-on series? Should we use it as a 10-year rebuild? Whatever it may be. But this, my two things right now, let me know in the comment section. Do you want me to use that roster, or do you want me to do a different idea, which I have, which would be I might actually make a full-on video if I don't get the responses I want, but would be to draft the bottom 5 of each position I'm looking at and go from there, because it would be a very hard team to work with. So it'd be kind of maybe fun to do that. We'll see, though. Let me know what you guys think, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of this video. We trade Sanu, a 4th round and a 7th round this year for the Browns' 1st round pick. So we trade Hardy, a 3rd round this year, and pass scores for the Bears. Adrian Amos getting pretty damn good at the DB spot now. Might seem like a lot, but Tevin Coleman and Dontari Poe for Jarrett Davis from the Lions. He was so close, I probably should have asked for a pick or something, but it's too late now. Ruben for Hudson straight up. I love that move. Trade Taylor, Gabriel, Reynolds, and a 6th round next year for Joel Bitonio. Offensive line is not really getting there. I was going to say it is, but it's clearly not. Well, maybe a little bit. Consider Harlow can technically start if we really needed it to. So we need, at minimum, one more player, but we have the talent for more than one, I think. Adrian Claiborne and Courtney Upshaw for a 1st round pick from the Cards. Trade Sambrailo, a 5th round this year, and Douglas for a 2nd round pick this year from the Bangs. Didn't want to get rid of Harlow, but Alford a 4th round this year, or 4th round next year, and Harlow for Godwin. So now we have 3 wide receivers that we can use. You still have a little bit of trade bait, but for the most part, we're almost ready. So the Panthers get a little bit of a steal, but Shelby and Ryan Allen for Darrell Williams. And we're missing one lineman. We have a couple of positions we have to move around, but I think we're ready to go. We can assign some linemen here. Let's go with the old faithful Nick Mangold. Trade our pick, a 5th next year, and Brunskill for the Jets' 1st round pick. And that pretty much sets up our lineup. The running back core not as deep as it used to be. Offensive line is, I would say, got to be pretty much better. I mean, they're the same overalls, maybe a little bit better, but younger for the most part, other than Hudson, a little bit older than Jake Matthews. Tight end, same exact position. Wide receivers, hopefully Godwin can dominate. And we got Julio. He's got Cooper, who's much more help than Julio's had in a while, since maybe prime Roddy White. And now looking at the defense, middle linebackers kind of ranked a little low, but I like the pass rushers. Anamata replaces Poe. I know they just got him, but Poe's on the older side a little bit. His stats aren't necessarily that great. Anamata has a lot of upside. 3 great cornerbacks, great safeties. This could be a Super Bowl roster year 1. We have 3 first-round draft picks as well. That should be good, good ranking. First fantasy back in a while. I know that Falcons are a pretty easy team to do, but could be a 3 straight year for a Super Bowl, so we'll see if that's the case or not. So set season goal, we're going to say we're going to make the championship round. We have such an amazing squad. Don't you? Wait, what do you mean, Sean? No, that's not how it works. I didn't have him on my team. I traded him. We blew out the Packers. That's got to be a good sign, surely. We're going to take a look at these guys. We might actually have a decent pick. There's our linebacker, Javonte Wycheck. Or Weich. Don't even think we're actually in the market for a linebacker anyways. He's right there. Although he is a pass rusher. Pass rusher with superstar Dev. That's looking pretty good to me. honestly, we did so good or so well obviously the Falcons, like I said, very easy team to rebuild, but I don't really know what we need to draft, honestly. Maybe a QB we'll look at. So negotiations, I don't know who we have to re-sign here, but I'm seeing Bryant. So I think year one isn't any re-signs, which actually kind of worries me a little bit because when you go this much without like a contract need, it's going to be rough. I'm not going to re-sign Bryant now because he's definitely going to retire, more than likely going to retire. I should actually have tried to put Ishmael at safety. I also made a huge mistake. I simmed to midseason, forgetting to put the scouting on, so honestly, I might have to buy the scouting package like ASAP. Going on to the playoffs, I will say we were kind of 50-50, but we did beat the Saints, who were undefeated besides us. Let's take a look at we'll take a look at our schedule, and then we'll look at theirs. I mean, look at this. Very clutch. Won 6 straight. We were at like 5-5 at one point. But look at the Saints. The only losses they took were to us. And they were kind of big losses. So I don't know. We were just kind of finding our stride, and we found it overall. Stats. MVP Matt Ryan somehow didn't get... Well, I guess to be fair, the Saints did really well. I was going to say somehow didn't get a seeded performance. We did. We got a lot of points. We scored what? That's 25... We scored 77 touchdowns this season, if I'm not mistaken. That's a lot of touchdowns. I mean, how good was our offense? I mean, look at the rushing yards. Over 2,000. Receiving was over 5,000. I mean, this was a year to remember, for sure. I mean, this could be one of the best years I've ever had in, like, rebuild history. Obviously, the win total wasn't necessarily the best ever, but like I said, I think this could be one of my best. I mean, we had so many points. Clearly the best point total in the league, without a doubt. Offensive, clearly number one yardage. Defenses, you got to assume there's got to be some sort of lacking there. Number 5, that's still amazing. Points, number 1, not even a question. Second? Really? Who scored more points than we did? Wow, the Eagles. Damn. How do you score that many touchdowns? Wow. I mean, props to the Eagles. They beat us somehow there. So MVP of the league wasn't Matt Ryan, but he was on the NFC side. Let's go to the NFC side. Matt Ryan, Defensive Player of the Year. Ooh, Monte Teo. I'm not seeing our boy. Obviously, it's not easy to get in general. Godwin, number 2, please. Reuben Foster over Jared Davis. Damn, that really sucks. Yeah, it's not my best rebuild ever now. Vernon Hargreaves, okay. That might be the first time Vernon Hargreaves is going to be a decent overall. It's going to be an interesting one to see. Let's take a look at the XP. Yeah, XP total is not really there. Like, at all. Not a single player, really. That's kind of unfortunate. I don't know. I mean, either way, we still have a great roster. Going against the Packers, we beat them like 34-7 in the regular season, but now they're at home, and it's the playoffs, so we'll see. Falcons usually have the number called for the Packers. I know that as a Packers fan. I will say, for the most part, they are pretty close, though. So it is what it is for the most part. Like I said, I mean, even last year in the regular season, I believe, if it wasn't, it's crazy to say, but if it wasn't for the bogus offensive pass interference call they had on Martellus Bennett on a huge, 50-yard play to Cobb, I believe it was, right before half, there was 2, maybe 3 offensive pass interference calls that weren't illegal that they called, were huge plays that could have easily tilted the game at any point. Some really bad calls in that game. Obviously, we still got outplayed, but you take away the calls, and it would have probably been a 1-touchdown game. So I think the Packers and Falcons are a very classic matchup. It used to be Packers-Seahawks. Obviously, I still worry about the Seahawks when we play them, but as a Packers fan, I got to feel okay about the future as long as Rodgers is happy. And once again, it always becomes about the Packers because I'm a diehard fan. Normally, I wouldn't return the ball here, but I am. And I lied. I probably would normally return the ball, wouldn't I? You guys know me better than anyone. Except for myself. I think I know myself all right. I don't know who Roberts is. The first time I've probably anyone's returned the ball with Roberts. Still pretty good, though. Still 33. Packers putting on a little bit of an offensive game here. Both teams really doing that. Before half, slow drive. Ugh. I'm not liking the fact that the Packers are literally scoring a touchdown every single drive. and we aren't. That's a huge play. Start of the fourth quarter. Packers got... Oh, it's not the Packers' ball. I thought it was. And on 4th and 5, Matt Bryant misses a 44-yard field goal. You got to be kidding me, Matt. Defense does its job, though. Down by 6. And Matt Ryan throws the game away. Brandon Flowers is a Packer. Got a chance. Come on. You got to score there. You do. You get the one. Does defense do it? Defense does their job. I mean, the offense has a shot here. Damn, Elgato decided to kill itself. They're going for a field goal here. I don't think this is a good decision. We had this one time in I don't remember what team it was. We came back on the Steelers because they went for a field goal that they weren't going to hit. Absolutely do not get close to that. We got Julio on the other side. So this is actually a really good play design. So we have 3 guys going deep. Now we got to test Julio. It's a one-on-one, though. Damn it, Julio. And there goes our playoffs. I mean, I'm not trying to say that it's one guy's fault. But if we're going to be 100% honest, if we're down 2 in the wildcard game in the playoffs, and it's a one-on-one, Julio Jones versus Morgan Burnett, and Morgan Burnett makes that play, I'm going to say Julio Jones lost us the game. It's a one-on-one. Julio doesn't make that play for us? Come on. That's ridiculous. But, of course, we lose the first game to the Packers in the playoffs, so we will not have 3 straight Super Bowl wins, unfortunately. And, I mean, they fumbled twice. We had all the chances in the world. Offense just kind of... Well, I guess the defense really struggled, to be honest, because the Packers' defense is pretty much guaranteed. Plus, Matt Bryant misses his field goal. That doesn't work so well, does it? To lose by 2 because of a missed field goal from a 42-year-old veteran. At that point, you would definitely hear, were the Falcons dumb for keeping such an old player on their roster? Draft story is wide receiver Marcus Murphy gets MVP honors. Sadly, we don't really need a wide receiver, but we'll take a look, I suppose. Oh, by the way, I think it was the Patriots won. 26 mil, we probably have a lot in the rookie reserve. At least, hopefully, we do. Drew Brees. LeGarrette Blount almost never signs for me because I always offer him a really cheap deal, but I'm going to offer him a 5-year deal. Minimal bonus. See if he wants to come play for another Super Bowl winner. He'd be one of the most successful running backs ever. Kind of already is, if we're being honest. Really not looking to sign anyone here if I'm seeing things right. Let's offer Jeremy Hill a really small deal because sometimes he does sign. You gotta love those power backs as a backup. Ryan Allen needed a contract. Whoever the hell we traded him to did not want to pay it to him, which is kind of shocking. I'm pretty sure the team we traded him to didn't really have a whole lot of great players. Or no, maybe it was the Panthers. Yeah, the Panthers still don't really have a whole lot of great players. Obviously, we didn't get anyone. Everyone's going to be having a contract offer, so see you later there, lads. We'll be able to fill all these positions in the draft. Punch the mic. That's always going to make for a great audio. So, quarterback. Always looking to replace the older guys. Mason Anderson. I don't think he's going to be the guy to do it, though. So we have number 3, number 6, and number 13. I think we did have a second round, unless I actually traded for next year's second. I did. 41. So we have some pretty good solid picks. Vic Beasley in a second round next year for the first overall pick. Honestly, depending on what year, would actually potentially go. I don't know. It's rough. Either way, it's still fantasy draft. I don't care. White, an amazing player. Obviously, completely craps on Vic Beasley. The number 1 overall talent goes number 1. It's a very rare sighting. Usually it's some sneaky player, but not today. It's clear cut. Well, it's too late. Number 3, number 6, and Hooper for our newest tight end, Mr. Mike Evans. Might be a little bit of a reach for this lineman, but I think he's one of the best linemen in this draft. Let's take him. He's going to be great. Normal dev, but 78 overall, super speedy. One of the best linemen I've ever seen. Forget this draft, I mean. 76 speed, 82 excel, 88 strength, 87 impact, 84 pass block. I mean, those are some really damn top-tier stats. So first things first, I don't need the wide receiver. But now we're going to go with Bird because we need the linebacker way more. Yeah. Oh, my Lord. Wow. What an insane player. Jesus Christ, these linebackers keep getting better and better for us. It is a position we don't need. I don't know if Garrett was the guy or not, but it's not a position we actually need. But it's a position we want. 81 overall, he's 24, but holy crap, look at the stats. 97 speed, 94 excel, 92 agility. Once again, I think they skimped out on the speed again. I know it's great, don't get me wrong, but if a guy runs a 4.24 and Ross ran, what, a 4.23? And Ross had like 99 speed, 98 excel. How are we not giving this guy, who was 1 point away, like a 0.01 away, how are we not giving him 98 speed, 97 excel at least? Like, so we drafted a first round, a third round, a fourth round, and a fourth round, and only one of them was under an 80. Doolittle, very close to an 80 though. I mean, that was amazing. That was such a sick draft. And of course, I forgot, we landed Mike Evans as well to play tight end for us. Let's take a look at some of the other guys. I want to see that wide receiver because he had Superstar Dev. He wasn't going to be that fast, but Superstar Dev is hard to pass up on. But obviously we did. We did not need a wide receiver. Still landed a great one though, which just sucks because, ooh, a little steal here. Huge steal. Nice. Which sucks because he was great. And we passed up on Malcolm Watson. Thankfully we did. Great linebacker. Just slow dev is not what I wanted. There was a couple of tight ends, kind of like that were decent. No one too spectacular, but there were some decent ones. That's for sure. Willie Richardson, very fast. Debatably faster than our guy. I know he's shorter, but you can kind of debate he is faster because he has that excel. Super high overall fullback here. Haynes, Perry. We'll take him, I suppose. Another fullback. I probably could have taken this guy instead. Brandon Flowers made a play on us. Who's the best youngster? Who's some tight ends? Average, Jameel Tubbs. Average, Easton. Pretty solid, actually. A little slow on the jumping. Ooh, Joey Wheeler. Not the best kicker in the world. Definitely going to take a look at the actual best. Who can we get? Yeah, there we go. Scott Hoag could play a nice little kicker for us. So the money's obviously, money's not unlimited. So we do have to take a look at, I thought Mike Evans already had a contract. He is a tight end, so it probably will cost less to re-sign him. So realistically, we should get rid of guys like Hudson or Mack. But we're going to give him another year. Matt Ryan, however, might not re-sign for us. Some really big names here. But honestly, I don't see any of these guys being players that I wouldn't want to keep other than Matt Ryan. So I think we're going to move on and hope for the best here. Obviously, we have to... first I need to see this linebacker situation. I think Bird has to start, like I said. So Campbell's an 81 at middle linebacker. Jared Davis is an 84. He has more potential than Campbell, so I think Campbell plays backup middle linebacker. White is already an 86 overall. Look at him. Look at the man. I mean, he's got some insane stats. He's one of the best pass rushers I've ever seen. Like base stats, because he's 22. He's 6'3". I would like him a little bit more speed, but he's still well over adequate. So, I mean, he's an amazing player. Maybe hit power being a little higher. So, probably not the best I've seen, but still really damn good. And one of the best I've ever had, at least. And obviously, you guys have seen the lineup. So, let's move on to the regular season, see if we can get back to the playoffs, and hopefully win a game this time. So, we have Mike Evans, Adrian Amos, Matt Ryan, Grady Jarrett, Amari Cooper, Darrell Williams, Brian Poole. So, of all the boys here, all my dudes, Matt Ryan probably does not get a contract. Money, we've got cash on cash. Mike Evans clearly gets a deal. Adrian Amos, I wouldn't say it clearly gets a deal, but he's definitely worth it, so we're going to give him the deal. Grady Jarrett, 4-year deal at 25. He's a great player, gets the deal. Amari Cooper clearly gets a deal. Can't sign him yet, though. Darrell Williams at his price definitely gets a deal. Brian Poole, I know it's easy to grab corner, but he could get a deal. I think it would be smart not to, but he's still a great player. Going to the playoffs, looking pretty good. Saints not looking too good. And yeah, the Saints went 6-10. The Panthers went out and went 11-5, though. Who did we lose to? That's not what I wanted. Who did we lose to? It was like week 10, I think. Now, week 9 to the Redskins by 5. What happened to the Saints, though? They were like 14-2, and they just fell apart. I have no idea why. And the Buccaneers really fell apart. 3-13. Actually, don't remember, to be fair, where they were before. Matt Ryan, the league MVP this time. Rushing, still great yardage. Woodhead was actually really good on the backup side. Mike Evans as a tight end had over 1,000 with 15 touchdowns. Wish he would have shared some of that with Godwin. Julio Jones, though, top-tier talent. Blocking, only, 12 sacks allowed. Defense. White, as a rookie, had 20.5. Boy, oh boy, the picks were all over the place as well. Pretty good season. The rookie punter playing kicker only missed 2 kicks out of 15. That's what I'm talking about. Kick return, nothing. Punt return, nothing. Damn it, Pilgrim. It sounds like I was actually like, damn it, Pilgrim. Number 1 offense, clearly. Number, probably top 10. Top 5 anyways, I meant to say. Number 5, number 1 scoring offense, I would assume. Yep. Yearly awards, Falcons, Devonta at 4. I've never seen a wide receiver at top 10, I don't think, but Julio had a chance there. Coach of the year, nice. Offensive player of the year, 1 and 4. Defensive player of the year, White was number 2. I think you would probably give it to the rookie, if I'm going to be honest. White, obviously, defensive rookie of the year. Freeman, best running back. I mean, we almost clean swept the awards. I mean, we got close. Very close. Let's see the yardage. Actually, first, let's skip because we have a bye week nicely. Automatically the divisional, which is sweet. Going against the Lions, that's not too hard of a matchup, I would assume. Offensive line, when you have those really good seasons, sometimes the interior gets some XP, and here it is. Mike Evans did really well at tight end, but didn't really get much XP. Eventually, White, already a 91 overall with 34K. Ramsey, at that high of an overall, got a big boost of XP. I'm not exactly sure how, to be honest. Usually those high overalls never get that. What about Pilgrim? Did Pilgrim have a lot? Yes, he still made the Pro Bowl. Nice. They must go by, speed only or something. White is one of the best pass rushers I've ever had, rookie-wise. He's actually really good. I knew he was going to be, too. You could just tell the way his stats were lined up. I mean, he's an amazing player. 96 overall after 1 year. Come on. I mean, that's just not even fair. I mean, this guy right here, he didn't even play for us. He's probably going to be an 87. So let's take a look at the players' overalls now. So offensive line is a base of about 92, 93. Receivers, 99, 91, 89, and 88. Running back, 99. Matt Ryan, probably going to be replaced. His stats aren't really looking too great anymore. I mean, they're good enough to get it done, but he's definitely fallen back. Evans, obviously, a 99. Middle linebacker, surprised he was only an 88, but to be fair, White did steal Defensive Rookie of the Year on him, which is a rare sighting. Usually the middle linebacker wins it. And White was godly. I mean, he's a 96 already. I mean, he is so good. Nope, do not want to do that. Let's go on and play full game. Let's go and see 95 overall to their 88. Probably a 96, honestly, because we upgraded big time right there off that little bit XP. And by a little bit, I mean several guys with 30K. Offensive line definitely upgraded. So one of our best rosters, clearly. It's not hard when your starting template is the Falcons, which is why I'm going to give myself 3 full years here. So this will be finishing up on number 2. And then we'll have 1 more year to work with. Really don't know what to draft. Probably corner and quarter. So the two positions that sound very similar. Getting on the field so quickly. It's unbelievable. There's a score. Did we miss the extra point? We're only up by 3 here after a touchdown. I think we might have missed an extra point. Good D. It's tied up 29 all. I mean, the defense did exactly what they needed to. Defense did it again. Offense getting all the chances in the world. 3rd and 1. Defensive play. I don't know what it was, actually. Defensive flag. 2 minutes. We're running the ball out pretty well here. Thing is sucks is if it was real life, we'd have won the game there. But since it isn't, Madden's going to give the Lions a chance. And a chance they gave them. I'm calling a timeout because I don't trust the game. They want to run a Hail Mary. When you got 8 seconds at a timeout, 2 timeouts technically, you don't run a Hail Mary. You throw the ball down the middle, which obviously this is kind of like a Hail Mary, and you see if you can get something going. Don't know who this is. Pilgrim. Now you go for a Hail Mary. Now you take that Hail Mary chance. Defense kind of let us down near the end there on that final play. Obviously, overall, offense didn't do enough. And Matt Ryan kind of gets taken down by his own team. So if I'm not mistaken, it looked like he was about to break Zettle's sack. That's weird the way to say it like that. We're going to break it. He was going to break it, I think, and then he got tackled. Falcons win the toss. Obviously select to receive. And no, it's not going to be. It's going to be a field goal. Defense. Defense just won the game. Wow, that's so clutch. 39-36. We're on the winning side of this. It was last year we lost 37-35. Very similar scores. A little bit wackier on that side. Maybe a little wackier on this one. This might have been like a 12 field goal game if you count both teams combined. This was a huge field goal game. Yeah, 9 field goals total in the game. That's ridiculous. Defensively, Poe had a sack on us. White, of course, had a sack. No picks, though. Any returns? Nothing crazy. Go on to the next game where we're already in the championship game. Probably going against the Eagles, let's be honest. They were number 1 last year in offense, I think, or number 1 in points scored. The Seahawks. Okay, I mean, I'd rather take the Seahawks anyways. 95 still. I'm surprised we didn't go to 96. I think it is bigly? It's widely based on your special teams. Once you get to 20 to 95, which is kind of weird because are we really saying that the gap between 95 to 99 is special teams? I don't see it, to be honest. I know it's a third of the game technically, but and so far it looks kind of like it. Not really dominating, but we're getting to where we need to be. And there it is a little bit. There it is. Like I said, cute little drive in the beginning, but I mean, on paper, this should have been a blowout from the beginning. Ooh, Matt Ryan trying to give them a chance. Although the defense does not want to give them a chance. They only get a field goal. And that's going to be game. I mean, just too potent of a rushing attack, and defense is clutch, man. Defense is so clutch. Seahawks do not win. We win 38-10, I believe. Yep, 38-10. White, superstar. Absolute superstar. Matt Ryan had 4 touchdowns, but only 167 yards, 1 pick. Freeman, obviously great again. Clearly a thumbnail candidate. And pretty much just a thumbnail guy in general. Sacks, White with 2. Grady Jarrett with 1. Picks, 2 for Keanu Neal. Kind of coming out of nowhere there. That's pretty cool. And we're moving on to the Super Bowl. Should have been there last year, but this year with an even stronger team, we were gonna make it. So going against the Patriots, I believe, who would more than likely, well, I don't know if we're going to be playing the Patriots, but if it is the Patriots, more than likely would have Tom Brady still. And it's against the Titans, and I would say it's an easy win, but I don't know why. The Titans are so good in sim. It's unbelievable. Coaching, I think at this point, wide receiver over... Oh, actually, we already have all the traits. Never mind. Going on, though, against the old Titans. See what they have under the books. 12-4, not a bad record. 90 overall as well. So like I said, can't treat them like they're the easiest team in the world, but if we're all going to just, have a heart-to-heart, let's just be honest, There you go. Start of the fourth quarter. We're up 10. It's never over, though. Or maybe it is, because they did have to give the ball up. And an 80-yard touchdown to Devonta Freeman. It's never over. No, it's over. We win the Super Bowl. Picks for days. Defense clearly clutching it. Matt Ryan, I think, has kind of lost it. If we're going to be honest, I think he might have lost it. 34-18, though. We win this Super Bowl. And obviously, we're a happy bunch. Should have won it against the Patriots a few years back. Blew that game big time. But didn't blow it this time with our super squad. I see the Falcons in real life. They have plenty of potential. They could clearly every year are favorites. This year was just kind of a weird year in general, if we're going to be honest. I know the Eagles got their first win. I was kind of happy, but this, I would say, honestly, in real life, was a mulligan year. You had so many top-name players injured. Obviously, one of them was Carson Wentz, ironically, but I just don't think the league it wasn't the same, Mike Evans wins the MVP. I just don't think the league was the same with all those injuries, Just so many in the league. But hey, it is what it is. Still very happy we won here. At least this league is obviously a different league. And clearly the best roster by far. I don't know how many people we're going to be able to keep. Sucks that White isn't up there. They just go by the basic, middle linebacker, wide receiver, running back, quarterback type deal. Really wish they would go by, I don't know, maybe even the highest overall defender. I don't know. No clue. But yeah, we won, and we're happy for it. White, clearly one of the best pass rushers I've ever drafted. 22 years old, superstar dev. like 82 overall, 86 overall as a defensive end right away. And obviously with the awards and 20.5 sack season, he's already almost a 99. And the sliders, I think, are only on like 150. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Those guys with the dual styles always get to a high overall. 3 picks for the defense. Missed the kick for Hoag, but that's all right. It's a rookie anyways. I mean, did better than Matt Bryant. Matt Bryant lost us a playoff game. Hoag won us one. He made, 4 or 5 field goals against, without missing against the, whoever the hell we played. I don't even remember. We're going to be honest, though. White is a 96 overall, but his stats aren't that crazy. Like, for a 96 overall, he probably should be higher overall stats, but it is what it is. Going on to our final season. Let's take a look in the book with Redeem Rainbow. I'm going to let the AI just completely scout, I think. And we're just going to draft based on their best scouting. Matt Ryan, 90 throw power. I think he's still good enough. I just don't want him. I don't want to pay that kind of money. Good fullback, can't do it. Brian Poole is great, can't do it. We really have to save as much as we can. Hoag, he's probably going to make it to free agency, and I'll easily be able to get him back. But I'm just going to sign him here. I'm trying to save as much money as we can. I know we did re-sign a bunch of players, so we're actually doing pretty good on cash, all things considered. But still, trying to save as much as I can. And honestly, Matt Ryan might not even be the best. Well, maybe he is. But I say, might not even be the best quarterback in there. Drew Brees, I believe, might be a free agent for the second time in this league. What in the world is this quarterback? CJ Sorensen. He looks so bad. This guy looks pretty good. Mid-first, Gordon Horn. Might be the best available. Simon Sparks, absolutely not. Mitchell Bazane. That's an interesting name. Don't think he can get it done, though. Ooh. Early 5th, Noah Leesimore. I think clearly the best talent, and he's fast. 5th round talent is the best talent in the draft, huh? That's an interesting one. But what are you going to do? It's clearly the best guy. We need a corner, and that's pretty much it. We need to, actually, to be fair, we do need line. Really, I don't know if Alex Mack is even around, but really should replace Alex Mack and potentially Hudson. There's a couple of guys in here that probably could do that, so cornerback and position we need, but of course the AI did not see that same way as we did. So we do have the number 2 overall pick. Do we have anyone here? Let's pause the draft. I don't think we're going to have anyone here. We can make a trade down, though. Van Buren was good, but Geisinger, normal dev, 80 overall. Honestly, not the player I wanted. I wanted much better than that. And then we're going to go with Joey Bravo. I normally never go this high with linemen, but these were some really talented linemen, at least potentially. I don't know, but Joey Bravo, great potentials. Quick dev, 77 overall, true beast talent. We'll just end up looking at how great he was. Neal, great DT, hopefully. That he will be, so he'll probably replace Anamata, because Anamata probably needs a contract. Alfaro goes to, I think it was the Bears. Speaking of reaches, where's our QB? Leasy Moore, early 5th, taking him now. 74 overall, quick dev. He's got the talent around him to easily get to an 84 overall by like week 9. Maybe. He's 21. He's a great player, though. Not mad at that at all. Would have liked to see Superstar, but could have easily seen slow, so can't really be mad at that. Still some decent linemen left, but I think we have what we want, right? I don't think we need to be too greedy, right? Let's leave some of the players for the other guys. Was there a cornerback willing? Yeah, we'll take Marion Gordon, late 7th, see if we can get lucky. This Dallas Sheard guy looks pretty good too, but Marion Gordon, he's going to be a terrible player, but so what? 69 overall, obviously. Pretty much the only chance they're going to be decent is if they have B across. They have to have a B or a B minus across. Ooh, Mr. Irrelevant. Is there anyone here for us to take? There is not, but you kind of have to take Mr. Irrelevant, don't you? Big man, I'm going to take him. 64 overall. Yikes. Draft recap. It's been, I get Mr. Irrelevant maybe 1 every 15, every 20 rebuilds. 80 overall center. Pretty decent player. Bravo, really great player. Neal, amazing DT. Huff, solid player. I mean, he's old, but I'd say he's better than Geisner, in my opinion. Noah Leesey, interesting player. I think his awareness is dropping his overall by a lot, but I think he's a great player. Marion and Watts, terrible players. Really don't know. Van Buren, here's a player. Not really a ton of players that we were, debating on. There really wasn't too much. Really, the players I'd want to see are maybe the QBs. Henry Barton, number 19, good player. I think drafting the big guys to play inside like the DT is better than doing, actual DT, because the guys are always going to go up in player in overall. Gordon Horn, superstar dev. I still like our guy better because he's 2 years younger. I like our guy better. And honestly, that was the only guy I really cared about. So I'm going to go on and fiddle with our lineup. We might completely miss the playoffs because obviously Matt Ryan's a big name. He was a pretty solid overall. We're moving on to a 74 overall quarterback. Obviously, he's going to be the prime focus for XP. And no, we traded Alex Mack, didn't we? Traded Alex Mack. Hudson might be worth the money. We might do the glitch, though. Really not a glitch, but a trick, I suppose. He's on his final year. He's getting paid, I think, $11 million for the year. And obviously, we don't have to pay him any sort of cap penalty. So the smart move here would be to release him and re-sign him. I think that might be our move. Let's try it. 11.9 mil. We will re-sign him for what, 7? 5.5, about 6. So I'll keep him as a starter. Joey Bravo is clearly the best lineman we drafted, so he will be a starter as well. And we need a cornerback. Who's the best here? Is it Amukamara? Got Nevin Lawson as well. I would say, ironically, going back to our roots, it would be Robert Alford. Coming back to the squad is Mr. Robert Alford. Nice. Question is our punter still alive? Because our punter was pretty old. Let's go Glenn K just for the hell of it, just in case. So honestly, other than me trading away some picks to save some of that rookie reserve, we're probably looking good. I might try to replace Toilolo as a tight end, but other than that, maybe releasing some of our extra players. I think we're ready to start the season, the final season already. Obviously, Campbell's going to be a backup again because Bird and Davis are too good, I think, to not start. But overall, great players. Neal, surprisingly, an 80 at DT. I thought he would have been like an 82 plus, but still a good player. And Alford rejoins the squad as our number 3, so I'm happy about that. And I think, like I said, might trade for a tight end. Don't know, though. Maybe I'm just wrong about Mike Evans. Maybe it was just coincidence, but we'll see. By the way, I didn't even realize his name was Larry. Really, EA? Larry Bird? Come on now. Come on. This'll go, though. I really don't need that second round. It's our own. There you go. We got our backup tight end. A little bit better than some, but, still a great player. Little cheese moment. Not really cheese, but you know what I'm saying. Little unnecessary theft there. So we have some names. Some names indeed. Okay, so obviously Ramsey needs a contract more than anyone. I mean, we have money, man. Saving on Matt Ryan is huge, which is why I really want to let Dak go in the Cowboys League. But I don't know. Kenny Neal, glad it's done. Deion Jones, obviously. Wow. I mean, that's unprecedented. He wants a 7-year deal. That's ridiculous. Devontae, he's a great player, but linebacker's so easy to find. It really is. I don't think it's worth signing him. Zoom into the playoffs. Will the quarterback change be too much? And will it cost us the playoffs? That is the question. The answer is no. It is, if anything, less of that question and more of holy crap. So, no force wins, and we were putting 50 bombers. We went 16-0 with a rookie 74 overall quarterback, and he put up some XP. Let's just, put up some numbers. 53 touchdowns, a little bit high on the picks. Rushing, a little bit down. Receiving, amazing. Julio, Mike Evans is... I definitely think Mike Evans is playing wide receiver, so we probably should have went with a backup tight end. Well, no, we did go with a backup tight end. We got with Ebron, and he really didn't, so it's weird. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. Defensively, White, nowhere near the talent he was before, but still great. And Alford comes back on the team looking for a longer-term deal after that. Jesus, Ramsey with a pick, touchdown return. for 6. Offensive rank yardage 1. Defensive rank 8. That's a little bit worse. Points got to be number 1, right? Number 1. So this quarterback is going to be insane. So 16-0. Freeman was 6th. Of course, best coach, offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. Okay, here we go. Redo. Offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, best quarterback, 3rd best running back, 2nd best wide receiver, best O-line, not best D-line, best linebacker, not best DB, not best kicker, but amazing. And I will show you guys that we did not, we didn't have it on, what is it called? Spread. We had it on Dallas O, Minnesota D, West Coast O, 4-3D, and this I didn't touch it at all. But, wow. No, I don't want to see the XP yet. I want to go on to our opponent, then we'll see. The Saints, okay, so 99K. Do we have any XP for the backups? We do. Well, Huff? Ooh, Huff doesn't. That's all right, though. Wide receivers, Cooper got a bunch of XP, DB. I'm assuming the safeties, right? No? Okay. I'm surprised the safeties didn't have a huge amount. Neil, super beast. So, yeah, we replaced Matt Ryan instantly. And, yeah, let's just... to be fair, his throw power is not going to be great, but... Jesus. What a talent. This league ain't ready. Let's get his throw power up a couple points. Year 1 from a 74 to a 96. That's ridiculous. Joey Bravo, another great player. I mean, to be fair, I actually thought he was going to have even a little bit more XP. Because if you think about it, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, what is it called? Rookie of the Year, Best Quarterback, Pro Bowl, like all of that, only 99K. I was a little surprised he wasn't a little higher. I know it's kind of greedy, but I'm just saying. That sounds like, honestly, might be one of the best award-winning quarterbacks we've ever had. And look at Neil. Holy crap. I mean, I have the standard XP on. The Falcons are just cheat codes, man. Like, we usually do okay, but this is crazy. Like, the Falcons are actually, like, not fair. Definitely playing a snap with that quarterback. You best believe. O-line definitely looking good. And we replace, like, most of the older guys we have, most expensive guys. So, definitely can let Hudson go. Definitely worth keeping him for the year, though. The lads didn't have to come in and play, and they still got a bunch of XP. So let's see. Is Mack replaceable right now? Or not Mack, Hudson. Kinda. So it's he's still a 90 overall plus. Keep Hudson in because he's the better talent on the roster. Might as well. With the confidence, Lacey Moore is a 99 overall. Didn't look at his dev, but let's be honest. He won like 36 awards. He should have like ultra mega. He should have the dev that Perrin was talking about. The legendary dev. Great stats. What is this Excel, by the way? 88. I mean, definitely got to play a couple of snaps with him. Maybe run the ball a little bit. Still a 95 overall. Maybe after the XP we'll see it. Got to be higher than a 95. Like, what is this? This is the best roster I've ever had, probably. Definitely the most potential. Quarterback's very athletic, so I expect him to get around here. Got Eric Ebron as the backup. What a throw. Like I said, he's athletic. I expect him to get around here, and oh my god, this offense is insane. Next quarter, 14-0. Defense locks up. Start of the second quarter. They're going to score 7, shockingly, because this is one of the best rosters I've ever had. Wouldn't expect anyone to score on us. Maybe score on us, but offensively, we should never get stopped. 31-14. Saints don't want to give up, but they really should. And we win the game 45-21. Sean Payton not happy. He doesn't have Drew Brees anymore unless he re-signed with them, which I doubt he would. The rookies, though, they're on point. Let's take a look at Lacey Moore and whatnot. Lacey Moore, 4 TDs, 1 pick. Great game. Freeman, always great. Obviously, you're going to be on the thumbnail without a doubt. Their kicker missed 2 kicks. Not that it really mattered. What can I even use the coach XP on? Do I have... I still have a running back and tight end, I suppose. Missing kicking and punter. Probably should have actually went with those over the tight end. Next week, who is it? The Seahawks. Sorry, bros. We are a 95 still, really. And we must be the most solid 95 of all time, I'll tell you that. Against the Seahawks, I have no idea who's going left or right. I would assume the fact that we keep going, I was about to say right to left is us. 10-0, defense clutching up. Offense really not doing a lot with the ball, though. 17-0. Start of the fourth quarter, and there goes the offense doing more with the ball. Defense is locked down. Offense is good enough. And that's going to be another Super Bowl trip over the Seahawks, ironically. Will be against the Titans, though. Seahawks guys flipping out back there. Superstar squad. Unfortunately, the Seahawks were taken out by us again. Leasing more for the MVP of the league and a 99 overall with his confidence. Kind of throws a little bit of picks. Let's call it how it is. A couple of picks for both teams. Kicker was perfect. Kind of shocking, a little shocking. Moving on to the final game of this rebuild. Who is it going to be against the Chargers? An interesting team. Let's take a look at how they did. Wild card, did they play in the wild card? They did not. Divisional, we won 45-21. They won by 11. They won by 3. We shut out the Seahawks. So the Chargers are a very good overall usually, so they're a very tough team to beat here. They could stop us. 92 to our 95. I like our roster better than most, so we'll see what they can do to us. It sucks this is on my second account because I think this could easily be one of those rebuilds that could get the all-time legacy award, which is, I believe, 400 gamer score or something like that, all the way up. But it is what it is. Things can never be the same. Okay, I don't know who has the ball. Is it them? I'm really hurting myself here by doing this. They're up by 11. I get to play some snaps. It's the Super Bowl, and we're losing. I remember this play. This used to be something. Tight end would always be open here. Probably could have went with a rack catch and just outran him there. Oh, we had it beat. I don't know who 94 is, but we had 94 beat. They have Jatavis pass rushing. Come on. Just going to chuck it. Not the worst throw in the world, back foot, but I'm not happy the way our offense is playing here. Throw it! Oh, and he fumbles and is recovered by the Chargers. That sucks. That's not my fault. I had Cooper open. I made the play I needed to extend to get a chance. Defense messing up there. 27-3. This isn't looking good, lads. We are a second half team, though. No half can defend that, though. Okay, I mean, there's a chance. I believe we got... Did we go for a two-pointer? I think we did. Oh, that's probably game right there. You can't give that up. And we lost the Super Bowl. We won one Super Bowl with this squad. Oh, maybe not. Nah, it is. Can't even move the ball. We lose the Super Bowl 40-20. We won last year, but the Chargers are just an absolute scam and a half. Like an absolute scam bunch. They always win, even though their roster shouldn't. Like, they're good. They're good. Don't get me wrong, but are they 20 points better than this roster? I don't think so. I don't think any team's even 1 point better than this roster. Of course, our quarterback throws 2 picks again. I mean, he's the greatest overall player. Like, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. He's 22 now at like a 99 overall. He's insane. He just doesn't play well sometimes. In the postseason, it was terrible. Oh, maybe he doesn't have the clutch trait. So we did win the Super Bowl last year, but this season we did not as a 16-0 squad. We choked it away. I don't know how we did with such an insane roster, but we did. We did. Simply put, Godwin was great. Cooper was great. Pilgrim didn't really get his overall too high, but he didn't really start at all. I mean, the team was very great in general. There was no one that disappointed me at all. Everyone went up way higher than expected in overall. Not even a question about it. But it just... Somehow we only won one Super Bowl with 3 years under the belt with this great team. Year 1, we were a great team. We were by far the best in the league. Year 2, I actually think we'd probably be the worst out of all 3 years, technically. And then this year, we were clearly the best. Couldn't get it done, but 1 Super Bowl and 2 trips is still nice. So, still made it to the Super Bowl, 2 trips. Rookie quarterback to the Super Bowl, that's something. Something. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for what-ifs, experiments, rebuild challenge ideas, rebuild teams. I mean, we finally have fantasies back because of the trade bar being back. Let me know in the comment section. Hopefully you did enjoy. And yeah, hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!